And week 6 is in the books. Whew. What a week. What a week of football. And it's coming fast and furious, and we're already entering week 7 already. Gentlemen,
Yeah, man, what a week. Some crazy games, some upsets, some surprises, some games that we weren't too surprised about. We'll get to that on another show, or I get to that on another show. But I mean, what stood out to me is I'm gonna say, I think it's a team that's not getting a lot of credit. And a lot of people thought this team was going to be bad for the next few years, and there was rebuilding, tearing. There was going to be some years before they really catch fire. The Houston Texans are playing some good ball. They are CJ Stroud. I think he has like two. I think just one interception. I think he broke the streak or whatnot. He's playing some good ball. They defense, Will Anderson, Stingley, them guys, and I don't hear him complaining about he don't have the weapons or there's nothing going on in the locker room or anything like that. He's playing some good ball, not complaining. They're going out there, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Houston Texans. Don't really get to see them on TV a lot, but I think they keep winning. They got some picks coming up draft. Like the Texans are doing some good things, man. But yeah, hats off to Houston and the head coach down there, or D'Amico Ryans got them boys balling down there.
are anything stand out specifically? Week 6?
Of course, man. Of course. The Eagles and the 49ers go down. So,
Hey, not only that, but a lot of people were saying that those teams were nobody teams.
yeah, man. I guess they said the Cowboys didn't play anybody, but they played the Jets and they got beat by the Jets, man. So, um, no, I think the shocking part to me was after all the talk and all the noise, a third string quarterback beats the 49ers. Who would have guessed it?
I don't even think he was a third string. Didn't they just pick him out of the streets?
Well, he was in the XFL.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah, he
right.
was in the XFL. PJ Walker. He's been on a bunch of NFL teams.
Well, no, he was mainly with the Panthers.
Yeah, PJ Walker. Yeah.
He was mainly with the Panthers when uh what's his name? Coach Rule. I
Yeah,
think Coach Rule brought him in.
they had Baker, Darnold, and PJ, and that a lot going on last year.
Yeah, it was a mess, right, Kendall? But I think the one thing that we can kind of sum up right now, because we're already entering week 7, is and any given Sunday, any team, regardless of what we may think and what we may know, we don't know anything at all, man. Any team can be beaten on any given Sunday. That is
Cam.
the truth. That's the truth. I think right now, I mean, we still look at it. AFC still a little bit sloppy. I don't know what's going on with the top teams that have been there every year. Given the Chiefs, even the Chiefs look a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, they,
Then you go to the NFC where you're thinking like, oh man, these 49ers they look unstoppable. Man, they really shut down the Dallas Cowboys. They really showed everybody who the Dallas Cowboys really are. And then look at them, they're going like Harv said, they lay an egg, you know what I mean? And then the Eagles, who many, including many that we know personally, think that the Eagles are that team in the NFC to beat. They look they look beatable. I mean, look at it right now. Look at all these.
not because I don't think the Eagles have looked good all year. I think the one game they won, I think, was against Tampa on Monday Night Football. They beat them by a couple of scores, but they didn't even look all that well. And that was in a rainstorm. And I think Philly finally met their match because they went up against a team in the Jets, and the Jets they're not a really good team, but they got a good defense, and they kind of exploit some of the Eagles' weakness. Man, Lane Johnson got hurt. Hope he's not going to be hurt for a while. They signed Julio Jones today. Speaking of Philadelphia, so I don't know what Julio is going to do because Julio hasn't been good since I think pre-COVID probably. So I don't know what's that's going to do for them. I don't think wide receivers their problem right now. I think it's the offensive line, Jalen Hurts getting off one read and forcing the ball to some guys. Y'all noticed that ever since AJ Brown had that blow up on Thursday Night Football a few weeks ago, they've been trying to force the ball and they've been struggling. So it's a lot going on there in Philadelphia, but some teams are starting. They got a tough schedule. They got a tough road. Start with we're gonna get to it later on in the week. They got to play Miami Sunday night football. So they got like they got their next month or so they got some tough ones. I think they got Dallas, Miami. Like they went to overtime with Washington a couple weeks ago, so they got a tough schedule coming up. So they better get healthy and get things going.
Well, Mike Porsche says that it's offensive coordinator issues. I
Hmm.
remember he's a part of the Eagles Nation, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. He says red zone big bodies.
So
So
this is one of the things that I highlighted when we talk about on the Cowboys cast was, yeah, you got better players if you think about it, and uh, younger players, but you got to think. I don't care what anybody says. Just because you get another coordinator doesn't mean they're good. It's all in this NFL. It's how comfortable you make your quarterback, and
Hmm.
it's all about a rhythm, man. You get them in the right rhythm, and I think people forget about that. It's not just, hey, let me plug another offensive coordinator and we're good. That's not how it works, man. And if you go back, and nobody really talks about this, but Eric Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator for Kansas City, and they didn't really have wide receivers last year either. And look how they're struggling on offense and how they're looking. So to me, that just a telltale sign is it's all about the rhythm, man, with the quarterback. If you don't have that as an offensive coordinator, you're not going to be good.
Rhythm, chemistry, all that.
Yep.
simple as that. Joey Nieto, what's up, Jerry? Keep doing your thing. Y'all's group is a beast for football. Appreciate you, Joey.
Appreciate it.
Hey, he's probably one of the best. I mean, he makes one of the best. Uh, I mean, briskets in the entire valley. So if you're in Williston County, reach out to Joey Nieto. Make sure
Ooh.
you show him the love, and I'm pretty sure you'll be appreciated about that. Let's get right into it, man. We saw the Broncos and Chiefs on Thursday. For all the Swifties out there, yeah, Taylor Swift wasn't in attendance.
Yeah.
But Broncos lose. They lose 19-8. Gentlemen, anything about this game that kind of stood out?
Broncos are a bad team, and the Chiefs, they're not a bad team, but they just haven't really peaked yet, hit their stride. I think the Chiefs will get it going here shortly, but Broncos are a bad team, man.
I was shocked that they held the Kansas City Chiefs to 19. That's pretty crazy to me. So do we give credit to the Broncos, or do we just call it a bad Kansas City offense?
I
I
think
don't,
back Kansas City offense, man, because we just seen Miami about a month ago put 70 up on Denver, but Patrick Mahomes, they struggle, and then it's a divisional foe, divisional opponent. They know each other, and Broncos Denver, they sick of Kansas City beating them. They don't beat them what 15, 16, 17 straight times.
that's the 16th
Yeah, so
consecutive win
they
against the
want
Broncos.
they're
That
gonna
is
cook. They're
crazy.
gonna play with some pride. And Denver had opportunity. I think that any other offense they would have. I think they could have beat Kansas City's beatable. They're beatable. It's
Yeah.
just that they haven't went up against the right team since week one. They played Detroit. I think Jacksonville should have beat them. Should have had them in week two. I believe it was. Jacksonville couldn't really do it in the offense, but Denver's a bad team, man. They're about to blow it up.
I think it was Hardy who said they might be the first team to actually be tanking for a player, Caleb Williams.
Hmm.
I mean, we did hear Sean Payton talk about him. I think it was on wasn't
On
it
the
one of your shows that you like?
yeah, on the herd.
On the herd, he did come on the herd. And I don't, of course, I don't really watch mainstream media like that, but I think it was something along the lines that Caleb Williams is a generational type player. He did get beat by Notre Dame, but we'll see about that. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. It looks like there's definitely Cardinals are I think are neck and neck with them. Ravens defeat the Tennessee Titans
Yeah,
24.
the London game. Another bad team at Tennessee. Ravens kind of like Kansas City, haven't really hit their stride yet, kind of struggling. Lamar throwing crazy interceptions. Yeah, I think Bateman ran the wrong right. I think Bateman pulled up on the route earlier, whatnot on that play. I think that was a pretty good game for the most part. Um, Baltimore got wide receiver issues. They got to get these guys going, man. They spent some money this offseason on Odell and had a good draft with Zay Flowers, Aguilar, Bateman. They got to get some things going. Their defense is pretty solid, but Tennessee don't present much on offense. But I think Tannehill got hurt, didn't he? Yeah, Tannehill got hurt. So yeah, Baltimore, good win for Baltimore on the road in London.
I don't know, man. I think after all what was it against? I forgot who they played. Was it the Steelers? I believe when they lost to the
Yeah.
Steelers, they had like 7 drops. Like, I don't know, man. I feel you, Kindle. Like that game, they had 7 drops. Guys were wide open, and now you play the Tennessee Titans, and it looks like you don't even know how to use your receivers.
Mhm.
So it's just a mess there, man. I don't know if the Ravens are gonna
They
You
brung
think they
in
make
Todd
playoffs?
Monken. Yeah, they make the playoff. They brung in Todd Monken because they want to pass the ball. But you notice Lamar's not doing a lot of running this year.
He's
I like
not.
the point. I like what they're doing on offense. They have to execute better.
Yeah.
Panthers lose to the Miami Dolphins 42-21. It was actually a relatively close game in the beginning.
Man,
Yeah, it was
I saw this
14-0.
game from start to finish, man. Well, I seen it when Carolina got off to a quick start. I think it was up 10-14-0.
14 zip.
And I said, just hold on. They teasing us. They teasing us. It's not gonna happen. It's a big tease. Everybody calm down. And what happened? But I flipped to I want to say the Browns and Niners again. No, it was the Saints and Texans game. I flipped that game, flipped back. Next thing I know was 28-4. I was like, oh man, that Miami offense. That's why they don't panic because they got so many. That offense is so high flying. They go boom boom. They can go 3 plays and they in the end zone. They so quick. Like and they do this thing with Tyree Hill where they run him on a motion out the from the backfield. That he's full speed wide. I mean, he pulls up on a curl. Like they got some pieces there. They got speed, talent. Like I mean, I knew Carolina wasn't gonna hold it up. Would have probably been the biggest upset of the year so far.
And look, I'll tell you this, man. The Dolphins can't do that against a good defense. I'm just telling you, man. 14 points is a lot in the NFL. And whatever they did that first quarter, whatever it is probably going to be a blueprint in the NFL. You know what it is? It's a copycat league, man. But I thought it was going to be a blowout. I was shocked they're up by 14-0, but yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to keep up, especially Carolina with the Dolphins, man.
Yeah, the thing with the Dolphins that I have noticed is that I mean, that speed will catch up to you regardless of how behind they are in the game.
They're the number one pre-snap motion team in the NFL.
Yep.
Obviously, pre-snap motion works in the NFL. Hint, hint
I
to all
love Mike. I love Mike McDaniel.
that coach has a ton of swag, man. But hint for all those teams. I know Prochet said that about that. There's Joey Neto saying yes
Yes, sir.
to his brisket. Mike Prochet says Julio is for short yards and red zone.
So
And
they got a tight end.
Basically.
jeez. This is the game where I guess you were talking about earlier, Kendall, which is the Texans defeating the Saints 20-13. You know, this is a crazy situation here. I mean, when we actually looked, I know it was we all did it together, but it was Kendall had said, "Hey, these Saints might be good. You know, they have a good defense and they have a quarterback, and he's never been really in a dome situation, but." Texans come in, then they get the win.
Yeah, man. Saints was my preseason pick to at least get deep in the NFC play. I look crazy now. It's still early, but dang, man. I hope the Saints they offensive coordinator. I think it's an offensive issue. Their defense is lights out. And the crazy thing is they got the pieces on offense. They got talent all over that offense. Man, it's the play calling and stuff, man. And Derek, it's. I hope they can get things right there, man. But hats off to the Texans, man. Good game. And like I said in my opening statement, CJ Stroud is balling.
Yeah, that I think we're all on the Saints, right? That they're gonna win. They don't look good at all, man.
Nah.
And everybody, I want to say it was somebody on this panel that said Derek Carr has never had a good defense,
That was me.
and here we are. Derek Carr has a good defense, and they
Hey,
can't
they
win.
can't. It's the play caller, man.
I think I don't know, man. They have the weapons though. They got Michael Thomas, Olave. They got Kamara.
Olave's coming on too this year.
They got was it Kelly? Andre, the rookie?
Yeah, yeah. The tight end.
No, the running back.
No, oh, Kamara. They got no, they got from TCU.
Andre Miller.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kendrick Miller. Kendrick.
Kendrick Miller. I always mess his name up. But I mean, I don't understand, man. They got all these weapons and they can't make it happen.
Pete
It's
Carmichael.
crazy.
This offense has been struggling since
Yeah.
last season.
Pete Carmichael, offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Commanders defeat the Falcons 24-16.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of this game, but I heard Desmond Ritter did struggle in this game. And Commanders are hanging on there like they've been doing the past couple. They're hanging on, and what are they 3-2 now? 3-3 or 3-2, whatever. But they playing some. I mean, they played okay against a bad team in the Falcons. I'm not gonna call the Falcons a bad team. I just think they haven't put it all together. They're still young. They do. I like the piece of the building there, but good win by Washington.
Yeah, they're both 3-3.
Hey,
No,
my thing is at what point is Smith gonna switch out the quarterback? He had 3 picks in that game, another 3 pick game.
but the previous week he did play pretty good.
He did play good, but the week before that he had another 3 picks. So I don't know, man. They got to just play consistent more. They got the talent too. So
Saints fan bit. Okay, they make it to the NCAA.
Wow. So a Saints fan bet him a bet NFC that bet him 1,000. They make it to the NFC Championship.
Not looking good.
It's not looking good at all. Colts at Jaguars. Jaguars.
Yeah,
Jaguars won this one. This is an intra division.
yeah. Trevor Lawrence got hurt. They do play the Saints on Thursday night football. I don't know if he's gonna play. Haven't heard much on that. But Colts is still hanging on, man. Anthony Richards, he out for the year with the shoulder injury. I
Easy.
hate that, man. I hate injuries because he was that coach team was coming along. They was rallying behind him. I like what I seen. But I think the coach got something for the future to build on there with Anthony Richardson. And Harvey called it before the season. Well, during the season, said Anthony Richardson's been looking real good. But yeah, good win by Jacksonville.
yeah, I can't believe. I thought this was going to be a closer game than what it showed, but I guess towards the end they pulled it off. But yeah, man, Anthony Richardson, man, he's out for the year officially, right? Is that official?
Yeah, he having season.
And I honestly, I think they did that to themselves, man. And you can blame the general manager for the Colts. If he would have had Taylor signed already, I think you help your rookie quarterback, and you don't have to run with the ball with him as much. But hey, I think a little too late, man.
The Seahawks lose to the Cincinnati Bengals 17-13. Damn.
Defensive game, surprisingly, was a defensive game for the most part. Geno Smith turned back into Geno Smith.
Yep.
The Geno Smith we know.
Yep.
Similar situation to the Saints. They're struggling a little bit this week here. They got the weapons, DK, Lockett. Hey, have y'all heard much from JSN? I know
No,
Jerry,
man.
you doing coming out the
The
track. They're not using them right,
So
man.
I'll tell you right, yeah, they're not, man. They're not using him right. And Geno Smith is really trying to force the ball on JSN, man. That's what's going on. So I don't know. I just don't think they're ISOing him as much.
Hmm.
So they're not giving him the opportunity to actually be the player that he is. As Jerry would call him, the zone killer.
It was Cincinnati quietly putting they won like three straight or two straight. Beat the Rounds. They just beat
The
Seattle.
Cardinals.
Yeah, beat the Cardinals. So they're starting to come on, and then they go into their bye week. That's always good.
Yeah.
Vikings 19, Bears 13.
A good win by Vikings to get back in the win column. They 2-3 now, I think 2-4. So I mean, good win by Minnesota. Justin Fields got hurt. The other quarterback got hurt. These
Yep.
injuries piling up, man. Just good win by Minnesota. Got to keep trending up.
That should be an easy win, man. And Minnesota made it hard on themselves, but they really did, man. 19-13, but they got the win.
It's good to see that the head coach of the Vikings though be able to still come away with this win
Kevin
and
McCollum.
get Jordan Addison involved, KJ
My
Osborne.
boy Addison has been balling. Yep.
Yes, and especially with Justin Jefferson. I mean, Justin Jefferson is probably one of the bigger names or more popular names right now in the NFL. We're not going to see him for, I said, what, minimal 4 weeks?
Yep.
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think he's actually been put on IR. So
Yep.
good win, like you said, Kendall. Good win for them. 49ers lose to the Cleveland Browns
Yeah.
19-17.
49ers, we just won those games, like we said pre-show, man. Well, when we start the show off on any given Sunday, 49ers injuries, McCaffrey, Trent. I think Debo got hurt. They got a lot of injury in. It all still came down to Moody missing a field goal. So it's a make or miss league, like they say in basketball, whatnot, and he missed the field goal. But the Browns, hats off to the Browns. That daggone Cleveland Browns defense is pretty good, man. And they're not getting a lot of that Browns defense. I seen what they did to Cincinnati beginning of the season. Like they are not getting a lot of credit. That Browns, I don't want to hear much about the 49ers and the injuries. Yeah, those injuries play a factor in the game, but give credit that Browns defense, man. Garrett just throwing Trent Williams to the side a couple of times. Like that Browns defense. Nobody's talking about the Browns, but they playing some good ball, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
So when I was watching that,
Watson should be back this week, I think, though.
when I was watching this game, man, and I saw Garrett doing the things he was doing to Trent Williams, I was like, this is gonna be a very long game, man. Honestly, if you can do that to Trent Williams. So to me, man, just watching the game, I think they did things that people try to do against the Niners, and they actually attacked the middle and the outside of that defense. And I think it's true what everybody says. Their corners are very vulnerable, man.
Out physical.
And
You got to beat Sanford. You got to get physical with it because
yeah, and they attacked those corners and the middle of that field, man, and it was very productive for them. Now they took their shots every once in a while, but I think at the end of the day, man, they did what they're supposed to do. So
Mark Cooper had a good game.
yeah, he did have a good game. So they did really well, man.
We did talk about it when we were comparing the statistics. I mean, Harv, we broke down the Browns. They were allowing like less than 170 yards passing,
Yep.
less than I think it was less than what was it? Less than 80 yards rushing.
Well,
And
I mean, if you allow 1,002 yards in 5 games, that's the least amount in 50 years in the NFL. That should tell you something.
Jim Schwartz, I've always liked him, man, since he was in Detroit. A real good defensive coordinator.
Yep.
I mean, you can go further. I think it was when he was with the Tennessee Titans. That's
Yeah.
when they had Our Hainsworth and Pac-Man
He
Jones.
had Cal Shanahan's number for a long, kind of like Shanahan has McVay number. Jim Schwartz has really had Cal Shanahan's number over the years, man.
Yeah.
And I remember, specifically being on East West and talking about Jim Schwartz, and even saying, I mean, Kendall, you've been there where I said he's one of my favorite coaches of all time.
Like
I loved what he was doing with the Detroit Lions as far as team building, and I don't know, there's Lion fans all over the place. That's one thing. One thing I've seen recently is there's a bunch of Texas Ranger fans now. There's a bunch of Detroit Lion fans. Hey, it's all good. Show your support. Do good by your team. Be right there for your team, the neck and neck all the way. But I do like Shorts, and I think you're onto something there, Kendall. I think he does have that number of how to stop Kyle Shanahan's potent rushing attack. Raiders defeat your Patriots, Kendall, 21-17.
Two bad teams playing against each other. One bad team had to win it. Not gonna spend too much time on it, man. It's
All good. I don't want it.
yeah.
There.
Good win by the Raiders. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought Zeke had that touchdown, man. I was really happy for him. And then Vegas. I don't mean the actual team. I mean like Vegas. Came into effect and took the. It was not a holding, Kindle. That was not a holding. I don't care what anybody says.
All I'm gonna say is when it rains, it pours.
No, man. Yeah, Mac Jones. Look, a lot of people that are like, he's not the guy, whatever the case may be. Look, I like what Mac Jones was doing, and even though he threw that interception to Hunter on the sideline there, I understand what the play he was trying to do, but he just overthrew him too high. I get it, man. But at the end of the day, like I told Kendall, is Mac Jones the guy? I don't know. When you keep changing offensive coordinators and you don't have consistency in a quarterback room, that you're going to create issues with yourself. So number one, you should blame yourself for not having consistency for your quarterback. That's Bill Belichick, and that falls on him.
Starts up top.
Yep. So
yep.
I think Mac Jones hasn't been given the benefit of the doubt and all the tools that he needs to win. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a rough one coming. He's coming a couple of weeks.
We'll see. We will see what's next for these Patriots. I mean,
I just want these next 10, 11 games to hurry up and get over.
Kindle's talking draft.
Yeah, I'm all. Hey, I'm ready for the draft. I'm looking forward to prospects.
The thing is how much more can Coach Belichick give us NFL fans? That is the biggest question.
This is the question though. Is he doing it just to beat Don Shula?
No, I don't. I think.
Do you think he's just doing that just to be the all-time winningest coach? Because it doesn't feel.
What Kendall has brought on several Patriots insiders, and from what we've learned is that he's trying to make sure that his sons get coaching positions, and they are I don't know what are
He
his
got
son.
what, two sons? He got two sons on the staff right now, secondaries coach and the linebackers coach.
That's what I was gonna ask you. What are positions do they hold? One of the sons doesn't look like him, but talks exactly like him.
Yeah,
It's scary. That's his name, right? Steve.
Steve Belichick,
He
Stephen Bryan.
It is scary how they talk identical. I mean, he has it ready. And the NFC, the NFC favorites right now, the Detroit Lions defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 20-6.
Playing some good ball down there in
Yeah.
Detroit, man. Nobody's talking about them. Jamison Williams. That was a Jamison Williams signing. He's playing some good ball. That defense playing, and they've lost a couple guys too via due to injury, and they're still playing good ball, man. Hats off to Detroit.
Yeah, I actually watched this game and man, I mean, it was a good game. It was a tight game, but 20-6, they only gave up 6 points. But I'll tell you what, Baker Mayfield missed a lot of wide open receivers. I mean, they were wide open. So, I mean, we'll see. I honestly think if you look at the schedule, and I think Detroit has the fourth easiest schedule. If they, I could see them losing 2 games,
Hmm.
maybe 3. They might be either the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed. They have a shot of doing that because the big games they only have left really are the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Cowboys.
Yep.
Those are the 3 toughest teams they have to play from here on out. So if they can somehow win those games, they might be the number 1 seed.
I will say this: Charter, Chauncey Gardner Johnson and Debo have
Yeah, they going at it.
they've been going at it on all their social medias. I don't know. I mean, are the Detroit Lions ready to step up with the 49ers? I mean, that defense is tough. That offense is tough, regardless of the loss. But I guess I guess this is when you gotta press the gas, right?
Pretty
Is
Yeah.
interesting down the stretch.
Yeah, Cardinals, another team. Look, all I want to say, Cardinals lose to the Rams 26-9. The only thing I will say is this Cardinals team is very, very under what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say they're
Radar?
what's the word?
Under the radar?
Yes, I think they're a under radar team. They need more credit than what they're getting. But go ahead, Kendall, take it away. What did you see in
Yeah, I
this
didn't see much of this game, but don't sleep on the round. I think they can make a little run here in the middle of the season. Their schedule kind of easing up a little bit. Um, I know they play the Cowboys in about 2 weeks when Cowboys coming off a bye. But the Rams, I mean the Cardinals, they gonna be one of those teams that's gonna be a thorn in some team side during the year. But I think they still we know we know they're trying to get the quarterback, trying to get number 1 pick, get Caleb number 1 or number 2 pick for the most part. But good win by the Rams. A game that they should have won. You gotta take care of the business that you have in front of you.
Hey, and the Rams it looks like Sean McVay's back, and it looks like this team is playing on
Cooper
all
Cookbag. I mean, Pook. I like how he uses all the weapons that he have. Man, I love Sherman, but these young coaches, I like.
these young coaches are they're really helping us out. Eagles lose to the Jets, Kendall, 20-14.
Yep, like I talked about in my opening segment, injuries are piling up on the Eagles and the Niners. Jalen Hurt, he's a one read quarterback. He's good. He get off that one guy. You see that pick that he threw. I don't know the safety name that he threw it to, but I think it was like a pick six or close to one. He was looking left the whole time, and then threw it. Pressure came. Pressure hit was getting the hurts. He was feeling it. Lane Johnson got hurt. I hope he do get better. They couldn't get the running game going. That Jets defense is really good though, man. But Philly's struggling right now. They've been struggling all. They have not looked good all year. So
Would you say that the Jets are a no-name team?
no name as in.
Like they're like you don't need to respect them because they're not a good team, or are they a legit good team?
I think they're an average team. They get Rogers back. I put them in the good team category.
Let's see here. We got the Giants
And the Buffalo.
and Buffalo Bills 14-9, Kendall.
Damn, man, these AFC teams are struggling. Buffalo struggling. Miami struggled a little bit against Carolina, Kansas City, Cincinnati. Buffalo don't look good to me. They haven't looked good since they came back from London or whatnot. So, I mean, good win by Buffalo to hang in there late. I mean, good teams find ways to win games. But the Giants, I think if they had Daniel Jones, they win that game.
I'm gonna have to side with you on this one. And then finally yesterday, the one thing that every hater, every Cowboy hater did not want to happen. The Cowboys come away victorious 20-17. I mean, we've heard it. I think there was over 20 penalties in this entire game. Uh what'd you see, Kendall?
Cowboys went in there and handled business. They did what they were supposed to do. Beat a team. I'm not calling the Chargers a bad team. I would say they're a very undisciplined team, just like the Cowboys. Cowboys undisciplined too, but Chargers are very like they just do some of the craziest things. They got talent. Um, Keenan Allen had a pretty good game. Gilmore with the clutch interception at the end. Michael Parsons with the sack. But for the most part, man, the Chargers are a bad team. So not taking that away from the Cowboys, but this Cowboys should have won that game and they went there and handled their business. Shouldn't have been that close, really. I really think Cowboys dominated for the most part. They was especially on defense, they was getting after Herbert. But that's the Chargers for you.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the Cowboys for you too, right? I mean, we've seen some victories where they shut out teams, and then we've seen these victories where well, now we're starting to see these victories where they have to brawl it out, fight it out, right to the very end, and see who wins. And I think if anything, the one thing for the Dallas Cowboys is they their offense is still hasn't been able to fully take off. If that makes any sense, they haven't been able just to lift off. That is week 7. Let's go to preview weeks. I mean, that was week 6. Let's go ahead and preview week 7 and get our predictions for this Thursday night game. It's going to be Jaguars at Saints. So, we'll be able to see what's going on with these Saints.
Yeah. It's
I
in New Orleans, I think. Yeah.
Kendall, these two teams are very similar, man.
Yeah. This game's in New Orleans. I'm going to take the Saints 'cause I don't know the health status of Jacksonville. I don't feel good about the pick because the Saints have not played. They only looked good one time this year. That was against the Patriots, and everybody looked good against the Patriots this year. But I'm gonna go with the Saints in a close one. Saints can't score, man. I'm going.
Is
I
Trevor
go.
is Trevor Lawrence hurt?
This he got hurt. I think they say he's day to day. I don't know if he's playing on a short week, man. And I don't know who their backup quarterback is. But I'm gonna go Saints in a close one, 13-20.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give me the Saints also. I just think these teams are very similar the way they're playing. They're playing some very sloppy ball, but I mean that goes for a lot of teams right now in the NFL, including the Cowboys, including the Chargers, including the Patriots, including even the stronger teams, the Eagles and 49ers and Chiefs. These teams are all playing sloppy ball right now. So it's still up in the grabs. It's still everything's still up, for grabs, Kendall. I think if anything, like we said earlier, I think any team can take a win anytime they want to. So yeah, give me the Saints. Other than that, Kendall, anything else you got?
That's it, man. Looking ready, looking forward to another week of football, man. We will be back live Sunday. So
Sunday. Hey, and we do ask, right? Of course, please help this channel grow, man. We are trying to get to 1,000. Not only on East West Football, we're trying to get 1,000 for Ken's Pets Talk, for
yes,
the Cowboys Cast.
yep.
Hey, wherever you find us, you'll be able to find us all on all social media platforms. It's Ken's Pet Talk.
Ken's Pats Talk. Make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you follow East West. Well, subscribe to Ken's Pats Talk. Follow me on Twitter, IG, same thing. Twitter, IG. Subscribe to my YouTube and follow East West on everything: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and the IG. Man, help us run these numbers up.
Same thing for the Cowboys Cast. It's the Cowboys Cast. All social medias. It's all the same handle. Follow us there. Help us get to 1,000. Uh, and of course, here on East West Football, help us. This is the NFL Network for you. I mean, if you guys could just come on to the chat, man, we would read your comments, we'll make it a segment and whatnot. But thank you all, and until you said Sunday, right, Kendall?
Yes, sir.
That's it for us. Have a good one.